I'm your host, Randy Clark. If you happen to miss the show, you can always go to WRL TV 47 YouTube. And today we got a very special guest. This is Chief Kelley Johnson with the Sylacauga Police Department. And we're going to talk about the Sylacauga Police Department this morning. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Randy.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Everything going good with you?
For right now, yes, sir.
For right now?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all we can ask for, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay, Chief, if you don't mind, I'm going to dive right into these questions.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk about the new pay structure in just a minute, but the first question I got for you is how many new officers are you hoping to add to the force?
Well, right now we're 9 officers down. Full staff is 37 sworn officers, and we're 9 away from that. So we hope that this will get us close to being fully staffed. Some of the different things with the pay and then with some benefits and all that we changed last year, we hope that we can pull some quality certified officers from other departments that were on the edge, kind of may live in our area but go to work somewhere else.
Right.
And we also want, you know, we're not only hiring certified officers, we're hiring uncertified.
Right.
We'll send you to the police academy. There's some things that you have to meet before you go to the police academy, though, and we want to make sure that you can do that before we sink time and money into it.
That's right. You know, it's just like any other craft, trade, any way you want to put it. It's not that they're leaving, it's that you're got some return and for this, that, and the other, you know, maybe medical reasons and stuff like that is why we're short. It's not because they're leaving because of the police department.
No, most of the ones that have left because of pay.
Right.
We've had a couple leave to get completely out of the career, and others.
But that happens, don't it, Chief?
It does. Yeah. It does. Yeah. You know, they get burnt out, and a lot of that's because that we're short and they're working a lot of overtime.
Right. And being a policeman is not for everybody. It's a tough job.
Yes, sir.
If not everybody can deal with the public. I've found out in the last few years, it's hard to deal with the public.
It is. It takes a special person, special personality, I guess you'd say, to deal with the public day in and day out. You're dealing with the good side. You're dealing with a lot of the bad side, and right. But yeah, it takes a special person to want to do it.
Right. Okay. Next question, we can bounce this around. What skills are needed to apply? You was talking about those certain skills that you have.
Yes, sir.
What are you referring to?
Well, first of all, you have to have a high school education.
Okay. You
have to have a diploma. We've had some come from some private schools that wind up having to get a GED because APOST, who is our certifying organization, they won't allow you to come in unless you have a diploma from an accredited school.
Right.
So first thing is to have a high school diploma. You don't have to have college education, but you do have to have that high school diploma.
Right.
Here in Sylacauga, we're under the Civil Service Board. All city employees are hired through the Civil Service Board, and you have to take a test. So you apply. You take the test with the Civil Service Board. You take a physical test with us before you even get to that written test, though. There's some physical requirements that you have to meet. Those physical requirements they're considered basic. Right. So we have to do an agility course to where you push a car, you run a little track and you run through, you jump, you go climb through a window, you walk a balance beam. Easy stuff. Climb a fence. It's just some of the basic stuff that a police officer may have to do.
That's what I was going to say. That's just something that you might have to do on an everyday basis.
About every day there's a police officer pushing a car out of the road.
Right.
So
right.
It's just basic. The next part is the physical ability, and that's where we do so many push-ups in a minute, so many sit-ups in a minute, and then you have to run a 1.5 miles in 15 minutes and 28
Right.
seconds.
Right.
So you got to be somewhat physically fit. You don't have to be in the greatest shape, but you got to be physically fit to begin your career.
Right. And that test is not really that hard, is it? I mean,
It's not. It's
if
not.
you did PE all through high school, y'all be able to pass it.
Yes, sir. for some, I mean, the run is what usually gets the most part of the biggest part of our applicant.
Right.
So, like I say, and after that, you take a civil service test, and they'll send me names of who passes that test, and we'll start the hiring process from there.
Chief, I'm going to touch on one thing that we just mentioned, and when a lot of times when I take some kids out and do the litter around town.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like for you to express to viewers, to express to their kids how important that high school education is, because for your instance, it's the piece of paper, it's the diploma, but also one reason that it's real important for kids to get their high school education, when they do go out and get a job, their employer wants to make sure that they stuck with something for 4 years before they invest their money in them, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's to show one that the person that we hire had the intelligence to make it through high school,
Right.
but they also had the grit to deal with the things
Stick
that they
with it.
deal with and
Yeah.
stick with it,
Right.
and finish. Most places that you work at here
Yes.
now, you have to have at least a high school education.
That's right.
There's-
Times have changed.
That's
you
right.
know, back in the day, they wanted somebody that was really a worker, but nowadays,
Yeah.
they really look at that high school diploma.
Yeah, and the thing with high school now, you can learn a trade.
Right.
Most of your high schools teach you a trade of some sort, whether it be welding, construction, whatever it may be. Those are a lot of the jobs that we need filled right now. Those are the
Exactly.
jobs that people aren't applying for,
Right. Right.
along with police officer.
Right. Right. And you know, I'm real strong on blue collar workers as a backbone of this country.
That's right.
And most jobs out there are trade career oriented. You know, and I'm so proud. I don't mean to get off the subject, but the new hub that's coming on the Avondale property,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much what it's going to be about. It's going to be about jobs that's coming up in our area, and they can teach them out there how to do these jobs, and that way they get jobs, and we can keep them right here in our area.
Yeah, that's right.
And okay, let's get back to police work.
Yes.
Now, you just had something that happened that's been a long time coming, and I'm so proud they finally decided to up the pay, I might say. But can you tell us about the new pay structure that was put in place?
Well, we've been working with the council for about the last year to get some stuff done, not just for the police department, but for the city as a whole. But last year, the council gave me the opportunity to present a pay scale, and to make a pay scale to what we thought would help keep our officers here that we had, but also try to attract other officers. And we enacted that pay plan or that pay scale, but it didn't work. So we stepped back, took a look at it again. The mayor brought it up to us and told us to sit down and really make this worthwhile.
Right.
Maybe the last chance that we get to do it. And so, along with our HR department and myself and other members of the police department, we sat down and we built a pay plan for police that we feel like will help us to attract officers that are working somewhere else, that may live here working somewhere else. They left us to go for higher pay, or they were just working somewhere else for higher pay.
Now you've got it to where, hey, you can come on back. We got it.
We feel like for this area, we feel like that we could reach that goal of bringing in some quality officers that are certified, and also bring in and attract some people that might not have looked at it, that aren't certified, that live here, bring them in and get them on the force.
Right.
You know, we talked about it takes a special person to do the job.
Yes.
And for the most part, I can't say every time, but for the most part, if a person will give it a chance, come out and do a ride, take a ride along with an officer, they'll know.
Right.
They'll know if it's if they're interested, they'll know if it's something that they want to try to do.
Right. Or they can just come down and talk to you or talk to any police officer.
Yes, sir.
Before they go to the HR department and fill their application packet out. Come down there and talk to you and kind of see what it's like to be a police officer. See if they're a good fit for Sylacauga Police Department, and vice versa. See if the department is a good fit for them, right?
That's correct. That's right. Going back to the pay plan.
Okay.
You know, we have gotten our starting pay for an uncertified officer. We've got it at over $20 now.
That's
over
pretty good
$20
money,
an
isn't
hour.
it, Chief?
That's really good money for a non-certified officer.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And there are departments around here that don't pay that even for their certified guys.
Right.
And those are the ones that we want to attract to come in and maybe give us a shot. But it also gives me the ability to start a certified officer out between that amount and close to $22 an hour.
Right.
So we bring them. We want to bring in a quality person. We want to be able to pay them what they're worth. If they come in with certifications, where they instruct our officers or other officers on different things, then of course, you know, we want to pay for that too. There's a few things that we're working on with the city to change up, where you come in and you get paid for having a college education.
Right.
So many steps ahead of other officers for having a college education.
Right.
There, you don't have to have it to come into work, but it's nice to get some of those guys.
Yes, it is.
And you're going to have to pay for them. So we hope that we can get into maybe meeting or exceeding some of the pay that other departments around here are doing for college graduates, and maybe get them into us.
That's right. Now that we've talked about the pay, can we talk about the benefits for just a minute?
Sure.
It means a lot. The benefit package means a lot.
It means a lot to some.
Yes. Well, you know, I like to say that when you're young, all you're interested in is that paycheck.
That's right.
But if you just had somebody to tell you, look, you're building for your future.
That's right.
That's what a benefit package is to me.
Well, the benefit package that we have is we've gone back to being a Tier 1 retirement system with RSA, Retirement System of Alabama. You have Tier 1 and Tier 2. The Tier 2 pays less at a retirement age. It's a different, you have to work more than 25 years. There's a certain age set for you to retire at.
Right.
You get paid less. So we took the opportunity when it was offered to us to change back to everybody that works at Sylacauga now as a Tier 1.
Right.
Meaning they make a better retirement when they reach those years. The council has approved us to be able to start getting vacation and taking sick leave after you reach your probation period of 6 months. So now you don't have to wait a year to have time off.
Right.
So that's another good thing. Another thing that they did on maybe the couple of council meetings ago is that they changed our retirement insurance package. And if you after you serve so many years with the city, you'll get so many years of retirement free single coverage insurance. Like after 20, if you serve 20 years with a city, no matter what capacity, whether it's police officer, street department, animal shelter, wherever you're working, if you put 20 years in, they're going to pay a full 36 months of your single coverage insurance.
Okay.
So, and if you work 25 years, they're going to pay for 60 months. So
Right.
they'll give you 5 years of free single coverage medical insurance.
That means a lot, don't it, Chief?
It does. It does mean a lot.
If you've ever had to go in the hospital and they send you that bill, kind of wish you'd have had some insurance.
Exactly.
Right. So, all right, now, this new pay structure, and tell me if we've already covered this, what will this enable you to do as a police chief with the Sylacauga Police Department?
Well, now it gives me the opportunity to be able to recruit officers to have something to recruit them with.
Okay.
The pay that we've gone up to, like I say, for our area, now there's some places that are pretty close to us over in Shelby County that we can't touch,
Right.
you know.
Well,
their
it's
pay.
a bigger population, right, Chief?
Bigger population,
Yeah.
bigger tax base, but for our area, for this area around here, we have the highest paid. We want to be able to recruit better, and hopefully, if our strategy works, we'll get back to full staff.
Right.
And that's a big thing. There's not too many departments in our country that are fully staffed.
Well, you hear it all over the news, Chief.
That's right.
I mean, the people's begging for police officers everywhere.
They are.
And now we're competitive.
Yes, sir.
I don't think we was too much competitive a year ago, but now we're competitive.
Yes, sir. We want to. Our council's given us the opportunity to compete with our neighbors, and draw in good people.
Right. And it means a lot. It means a whole lot. Okay. Last question, we'll wrap it up. Where does one need to go to apply? Besides, now, we've told them to come and talk to you or talk to one of the police officers, then come talk to you. Then where do they go, Chief?
Right now, they need to come to the second floor of City Hall. We're still in the mayor's office due to our displacement from the flood last year.
Right.
And so they need to come up there. They need to see one of the clerks out front, and they'll get the application filled out, brought back to us, and we'll get them set for a physical test, our PT test. And then for those that pass the PT test, we send them on over to take the civil service exam.
Okay. Then they go through Miss Jane McGee, right?
They go through the civil service first, and then they'll come back to us, and then, you know, we make the hires. Jane does get Miss McGee gets the names.
Okay.
And then she gets them over to us.
Okay. Great. Let me announce a couple of new businesses in town. I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
And see if we might have forgot anything that we wanted to know.
Okay.
Let me tell you about a couple of new businesses down here in Sylacauga. And one is Marble City Nutrition, and the other one is Izzy's downtown. Thank you, Chief, for coming in. We sure appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And
thank you.
If you get a chance, come down here and check out Sylacauga Police Department. The pay structure's there now, so come on down. See you next time.